What's going on, y'all? So I been messing around with the microphone. I realized I gotta hold it pretty close to my mouth if I wanted to actually pick up well. Um, so when it's clipped to my shirt, it's not really picking up too well. Or when I hold it down here, it really don't pick up too well. So as I make these videos, I'm gonna mess around with where I hold the mic, and I'll get to what works for me. But in this video, I like I said before, what I started doing is writing down ideas and concepts in my contemplation book. And really from my ideas and from my concepts and from my contemplation book come the ideas and concepts for these videos. It's just kind of a manifestation of what I write down in the book. So I've written down a few things. Let me see. So this one is titled Patience. And Patience may not be the best title. I don't really know of a better title than Patience, because what it is that maybe I could title it Attention Span, right? And attention span and patience, to me, pretty similar. They go pretty much hand in hand. But what it is dealing with and talking about is the fact that we have stepped away from patience. We have stepped away from a good attention span. It's like if you imagine going into a doctor's office or going into any kind of office that you need to be called on, and you have to get in line and wait or whatever. What we immediately start doing is trying to find something to distract ourselves from that wait, right? So when you go into a doctor's office and you're waiting to be called, a lot of people will go on their phone, start scrolling. If you are going with a family member, say you want to go to the store and get something. Say you want to go to Walmart, right? And but you don't, maybe you don't got a means of driving there by yourself. So your car's out of whack, or you don't got a car, or whatever it may be. So you ask your mom. You say, "Mom, can you take me to the Walmart real quick so I can go pick up this, and that?" She's like, "Yeah, I need to go to the Dollar General anyways, and the Walmart is on the way to the Dollar General, right?" So you say, "Okay, cool." So you get up, you go, and you go to the Walmart, and you get everything you need to get. Now you ready to go back home, right? But your mom still need to go over here, go to the Dollar General and do something. At that moment, a lot of people, I'm not going to talk about everybody, maybe you're different watching this video. Once you get your things from the Walmart and you're ready to go back home, you've kind of dissociated from that trip. Now you're not really engaged in indulging in this outing with your mom, because you've gotten everything you needed to get. You're ready to go back home. So now you just want to distract yourself from this outing until you get back home, right? So you zone out from the conversation, or you may put your headphones in, or now you're online and you're scrolling. I got this bee trying to go around the camera. This yellow jacket was like flying around the camera. So now I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling. I put my headphones in. I'm not engaging in the conversation or whatever it may be. Or, you know, she when it's time to run up to the store, I'm not going into the store with her because I done got everything I need. I don't need to go into that store. When ultimately it's not about any of that, right? But what it is we distract ourselves from that present moment, because we're not, that part of the present moment is not desirable for us in the present moment, right? We don't want to be there. Maybe you don't feel like going to the Dollar General, but you just go because you needed a ride to Walmart. That's the case, right? Or say you're in a situation, in a miserable moment, you're in a real miserable situation, and like work, if you're at work and you're having a real bad time at work. You're on a job and you're having a real bad time, and people always getting on your nerves, always aggravating you, or the job is too hard or you don't feel like doing it. Then you try to wish for the end of that day, right? Your whole mind, your whole thought process, your whole feeling is looking for something to distract you from this present moment, from what's going on right now, desiring something better in the future. And that something better really never does come. What I mean by that is what we're looking for, what we desire, what we're trying to find in the future that seems like it may be better is is some type of pleasurable thing, right? The work that you're at, or the work that you're doing, or the job that you're at, whatever it may be that may be uncomfortable, is unpleasurable. We don't have pleasure in that toil. And the problems that you may have to face that may be causing misery for you, there's no pleasure in that. So now we find ourselves desiring and looking for something else that can create pleasure for us, right? So now our minds are fixated on this desirable thing that I'm going to do in the future, this pleasurable thing that I'm going to do in the future. Or we try to bring that desirable and that pleasurable thing to us in that very moment and distract ourselves from what we have going on in order to because what's going on in the present moment is so miserable that we're trying to escape that for something desirable. So now if you're at some type of job and the job you don't like your job, you don't like the work that you do. You don't like the people that you work with. You don't like the people that you work for. You don't like your customers, your clients, your patients, whatever it may be. Right now, I'm on the job scrolling, watching YouTube videos, right? Whatever it may be, trying to escape what I'm currently experiencing and going through in the present moment because it's not desirable, it's miserable, it's not pleasurable. So we find ourselves distracting ourselves from what's going on in this current moment with things that are perceivably pleasurable. It's really a trauma response. These are like pain responses, right? Because our brain is looking for good things to experience. Our body wants to feel good. The body is always trying to feel good. That's its survival. It's good feelings. It's always going to go for things that bring good feelings. So if it believes that this thing is going to give it a good feeling, then the body is going to try to reach out and do those things. And so we've been pretty much taken advantage of. That aspect of us has been taken advantage of with the technology, with the temptations that are placed around us, right? So now the food that they put in front of us is is seemingly desirable, is seemingly pleasurable, is seemingly going to bring you joy or betterment to your life, but it's only temporary, right? The things that we see on the screens are seemingly pleasurable, whether it be self pleasure from looking at adult content, what they call adult content, even though adults not really supposed to be watching that type of content. That's the seeming pleasure. It's seemingly pleasurable, right? But it's a temporary pleasure that if you continue to do that consistently, is going to create long-term side effects that are not good for you, right? But the body is in this right now, need the pleasure right now thing. So when you put it through pain first for a reward later, it doesn't understand that. We have to have the mental capacity to understand that, and the mental strength, the mental fortitude to overcome those bodily reactions to the state in which we are in. Because in order to grow in anything, you have to deny the flesh. in order to grow, you have to fast. In order to grow, you have to deny the flesh, and that's what's happening. Denying the flesh is not about just turning away from temptation or turning away from food or whatever it may be. It's about having the mental fortitude in order to grow and do the things that are difficult or do the things that are necessary for your personal development, right? Things that are necessary for our personal development is the hard work, is getting up in the morning, is meditation, is prayer, is journaling, is stretching. Stretch your body, work out, get your body moving, right? Do some cardio, do some mobility training, right? Do some stretching. I start looking at stretching like when you got to get an oil change in the car, you got to put oil in the car and you got to make sure that the tires are working right. You understand? So you gotta check the bolts on the tires and these types of things. Imagine the checkups for the joints and the bolts of the machinery that we use in order to go about this life. It's You have to make sure that you keep in constant maintenance of these things in order to have longevity with these things, right? As long as we continue to maintain and take care of the things that we have longevity. And so the body is that same way, being able to maintain and take care of the body, even though it has reactionary impulses that make us feel as though this may not be the right thing to do because it creates a seemingly negative feeling towards the body. The body doesn't understand that this negative feeling is a good thing, is a good feeling. The body doesn't understand this negative feeling is part one in in creating a positive feeling later on, right? Like I was talking about before, delayed gratification versus instant gratification, right? Not using those phrases sparingly. So the point about this is I was watching Eckhart Tolle. He was talking about how, when was the last time you just looked around while you're waiting? Just look at the wall, just observe the things that are around you. I come out here all the time and there's trees around. It's all of these trees and right now it's fall, so it's about to be winter time, so now all of the leaves are falling, and even this is still a beautiful sight. But coming out here in the summertime, in the springtime, everything is green, everything is bright, everything is so full. Even in the wintertime, everything is gray, right? Unless the sun is out, unless the sun is out and the sky is blue and no clouds in the sky, it's not gray, but there's no color in the trees or anything. But even that still has essence and beauty in it. The appreciation for the things around you, appreciation for the moment that you're in. Even if you're at work and it's difficult and it's annoying and it's aggravating, there's things that's going on at work or things that uh, may be in your mind where you can remove yourself from the difficulty of the situation, from focusing on the difficulty of the situation. Understand that the time is going to pass anyways, and that you could either pass it in agony or in joy, right? Painfully or happily. And I think that the majority of us like to feel happy. We look for that happiness in distraction. That's the whole point. We want to distract ourselves from the pain. So we try to go find happiness in something else that can make us happy in the moment. Sometimes these things do help. Sometimes these things create a little crutch for us that we need to use to lean up off of. And so I'm not invalidating that in any way. But the goal is to be able to find that within yourself and to be able to find appreciation in what you're going through in the current moment. Understand that the moment that you're in is a part of your prayer of the past, right? The things that we have, the things that we enjoy, the problems that we deal with, they're an example of our past prayers coming to light. These are just the turmoils and the toils that we've had to experience in order to get to that end goal, right? But the pain and the problem is a part of the prayer and it's a part of the process. We can't just be so fixated on the reward. And if we don't feel the reward, then the pain is all in vain because it's not all in vain. Don't forget that pain because that's a part of your process. That's a part of your reward. The reward is the problem is a part of the reward. The effort is the reward, right? So I know that this delves deeper into other aspects than just uh talking about being distracted while not feeling like doing something. That's the essence of what it is. Being distracted, trying to distract ourselves from things that we don't feel like doing. That's the essence of what we're talking about. So, um, I encourage you all to take time to take your attention span back. This is part of the reason why I don't put a whole bunch of random cuts and music in these videos right now because I'm treating this as though I'm sitting here and talking to you face to face as a friend, as a brother. Um, and we are coming together in thought, understanding each other. And I'm coming here as a part of the propagation of this gospel, which is peace on earth and goodwill to men. You know, we've lost our culture. We've lost who we are. We've lost we've lost our independence. We've lost our uniqueness in who we are. Everybody had a uniqueness, right? Now the so-called modernization of the world has grayed everything out. There's no more black and white. Black and white is good, right? Independence is good. Uniqueness is good. We want to be able to come to an understanding of each other, right? But yin and yang, this is the yin and yang, right? And that's the whole point. The yin and yang is that you have yin and you have yang. Everything they each individually have their own nature, but they are part of the same universal circle. And so we've lost our culture. We've lost our thought. We've lost our minds to distraction, right? To entertainment, to scrolling on these devices. And we've been able to create videos like this, which are basically books and video and books in word form. And now I can get up and talk to you through an audio book. This is what videos are, is me reading this book to you. And because I would either say it to you this way, or when I get the time to write it out, I'm writing these things out and I compile it and I put it in book form for you to read. Either way, you're receiving my voice. So that's the utility of things like this, the camera and the microphone and everything. See, I gotta find me a spot where I'm not worried about everybody coming up and down and looking at me. I don't know why I'm like self-conscious about it or whatever. Cause I'm standing out here. See, y'all see me standing, holding the microphone, talking to a camera. What other people see is this big tripod with a camera on it that's like right in front of this man standing outside holding a microphone talking at a camera. So it's like I realize I have to not care about what other people think. So I'm sharing these messages and I know that I have things to learn as well. So that's where I'm gonna end off this video. I appreciate you coming by and I'll see you next time. Peace.